You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Here in California, in San Bernardino, authorities investigating video footage of a deputy kicking a man in the head during an arrest. Willie Jones failed to stop for a traffic violation, prompting a police chase. According to authorities, Jones, who was riding his motorcycle, abandoned his bike and continued on foot. When Jones tried to hide behind cars in a parking lot, an officer eventually finds him and arrests him. Watch this. Now you're going to see in a moment here, folks, exactly what took place. So, look at those actions. Now, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department addressed the use of force incident in this video released on their Facebook page.
My name is Shannon Dykes, and I'm the Undersheriff for Sheriff John McMahon. I want to ensure the citizens of San Bernardino County, the Sheriff and I are aware of the alarming video depicting a deputy kicking a suspect. This video came to our attention after a Victorville watch commander was contacted by the security company that monitors the parking lot where this incident occurred. The watch commander reviewed the video and immediately determined the deputy's actions were disturbing. The watch commander notified the commander of the station. I want to ensure our community that it is our expectation that deputies respond to any incident professionally and in a manner that's consistent with their training. We know the community's trust is the platform which enables us to do our jobs. The deputy involved in this incident was immediately taken off duty and placed on administrative leave. A criminal investigation is being conducted. This investigation will be submitted to the district attorney. Subsequently, an administrative investigation will also be initiated to allow for the appropriate employment actions to be taken. It's unfortunate when incidents like these occur because it causes turmoil within our communities and equally amongst our deputies who pride themselves on providing professional service. We take these matters seriously and want to assure you that a thorough investigation will be conducted.
I guess what's so disturbing about this, Teresa, is that it was a surveillance camera that caught it, and it was called in. That camera wasn't there, and unless that cop was wearing a body camera. Hey, it was his word against the cop's word.
And we all know who the department would have believed, and the attorney would have had a stronghold issue on making sure, that this man actually got the medical attention he well deserves. But I mean, more importantly, what are the teachings and what are the standards? Because I'm sure if we profile this deputy officer, we would have probably see that he is a veteran in his capacity as a deputy officer and knows what the laws are. But I mean, just the minimum of treating someone like a human being it's not like even a requirement. It's not even something that needs to be taught. It's just something that should be learned as you grow. So it's unfortunate, it's another disgrace. But again, why we need to have, these officers held accountable as they are getting paid, a non-minimum wage salary, but a high paying salary to protect us and not beat us.
But that's why, Ben, you look, this is power dynamics. This is, how dare you run? I'm tired as hell. I'm going to kick you in your face. To me, this is where, dude, you off the force. We still going to investigate, but you off. The DA can sit here and they can try all they can decide whether they're going to sit here and file charges against you, but you are no longer a cop.
We're negotiating basic humanity at this point. Basic humanity one-on-one. And I guess this has been a negotiation. This is what it is to be black in this country. So this is nothing new. However, we are now privy to video surveillance footage of it. And the fact that you're absolutely right, Roland, what you pointed out, had that security company not reported this, he would have got away with this. In fact, the young man who was assaulted in this probably would have gotten charged with something because, as we always know, anytime there's an encounter with the police, we automatically are resisting arrest. It doesn't matter if we're laying on the ground in a submissive position, is still resisting arrest, such that this officer decided to treat this man less than a dog, because had this been a dog, this guy would have been off the force already.
And the thing for me, Mustafa, I don't care if the dude ran away. You don't kick somebody in the head.
Right. If you can cause brain damage, you could kill somebody if you hit them in the right location, especially, you know, when you're coming down with all that force. You know, that's why I continue to say, and some folks push back on it, you got to continue to do these psychological evaluations, one before you hire folks and throughout the career. You know, I understand that there are immense stressors that law enforcement go under. I have black law enforcement executives in my family, all the way down to folks who, you know, who were patrolmen. So I get what goes on the street sometimes, but you also have a responsibility. You decided that you wanted to be in law enforcement. So that means that you have to have restraint, even in stressful situations. And I'm not saying this is a stressful situation. I've seen situations that are far more stressful where, you know, people have done things and that still doesn't make it right. You know, you got to change these dynamics and you got to get rid of folks, because as the sheriff or deputy sheriff was sharing there, you break trust. And when you break trust with a community, it takes a huge amount of time and effort to rebuild that trust. And when folks see these types of actions, it reinforces that negative vision that far too many people have of the police, especially far too many people of color, because it is the reality that people have to deal with. So, one, these folks got to go, like Ben said, and make sure that they're never, ever a law enforcement person again. And then the second part of the equation is hopefully that they're actually prosecuted. Because if I go out and kick somebody in the head, or if you go out and kick somebody in the head, then you're going to be prosecuted. So you don't get a pass for being a law enforcement person and utilizing that type of behavior in a situation that never called for it.
Mm. Oh, no doubt. That's one of us. We're getting charged with assault. Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
You know, Steve got all these jobs, got all this money, got all these awards. You know, he talk about God and the Lord and his wife all the time. So he was over here talking, and his wife was there, and I knew it was his wife, so I walked up behind her and gave her a kiss on the cheek. The projects in Steve came out in about 10 seconds, because he was like, I'm hearing some kissing over here. Who the hell is kissing my wife?
Well, Roland, you leaned into and you was doing here just to aggravate me, and I heard it out my ear, and I went, okay, man, I don't know who this brother is, but Essence is about to be different. And I spun, and it was the ignorant Roland Martin messing with me. But hey, man, you know how I feel about that girl. So it was quite interesting, and I had to apologize because the CEO of Essence was standing right there, and me and Roland almost turned the festival out. It would have been quite different.
Now, speaking of turn the festival, we also are always on our pocket square game. Always.
Now, I got to give Roland credit. We always battling each other for the different looks. Pocket squares is something we kind of specialize in. We try to make it. This is topping the game right now. This I've never seen. I will be stealing this look. As soon as I find the people from out of this country that he bought this stuff from, and I get a proper email, I'll be sending to China or wherever he bought Japan or Yugoslavia, wherever they made this, and I will be looking. That is hot. I got to give it to you. That's the best pocket square I've ever seen.
Now, last piece. Steve is a big golfer. I'm a big golfer. So when we going to have this golfing brothers thing.
See, Roland, you're trying to talk me into something that you've been doing a lot longer than I. See, you've been playing golf since college.
I took it as my PE at Texas A&M in '87.
See, right there, I picked up golf after Tiger won the Masters. And then I bought a set of clubs and played with a custom set of clubs for 5 years without a lesson. I can't tell you the bad stuff I've ingrained into this swing. I just now started going over the top. I just cut that out. Okay. So, and I'm playing good though. I'm playing good for me. Well, what's your best score?
77.
That'll never happen here.
Well, Rodney Green is working with him. He's our good friend as well. But
77. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm taking a full-page ad out in the USA Today.
All right, folks, don't forget this Friday, the virtual festival, Essence Fest Live Loud Virtual Festival begins this Friday. You can go to essencestudio.com, essence.com. The virtual festival will take place Friday through Sunday, and then, of course, it takes place again next weekend, July 2nd through the 4th. On Monday, we're going to have a recap of the first weekend of the virtual festival. Then, of course, on July 5th, we're going to have a recap of the second weekend.